Welcome everyone to the Onward VR Master League. I'm your host Monorchid, and I'm excited to be bringing you the Cataclysm versus VR Reapers matchup in the map pool tourney week 1. We're not even going to go over bans and picks, as there is none for this format. For this specific format, we have 3 maps played each week. For this week, it's going to be Cargo, Snow Peak, and Panda Towers in that set order. The home team gets to be Volk twice, I believe, on map 1 and 3, and the away team gets to be Volk on map 2, I believe. We'll see. First week, guys. Either way, it should be interesting. We got these 2 teams facing off here, starting with Cataclysm for home. We got Heclac, Coach Codith, Coco, Ricky Ticky Sticks, Scrib, Stubbs, Techomancer, and Hutcho. They formed last season. Heclac decided to bring a team, and they've been doing really well. They're currently silver right now, and I'm really excited to see how they continue rising up the ranks. They've been doing a lot of work, putting out some excellent maps in Arctic as well from Heclac. So a lot of cool stuff there. They'll be facing off against VR Reapers with Ed, Parkham, Bob, Cookies, Dante Meme, and Stratpad, who are currently bronze right now, but I think this should be a good matchup between these 2 teams. The ranks don't necessarily signify the skill. You know, it just takes some time to raise up on the ladders, so this should be a pitch battle, I think. When they're ready to go, we'll be jumping right into the action, so do stick around. I'm going to jump to a quick intermission, and we will be back shortly. Welcome back, everybody. We're not quite ready yet, but we should be shortly. Like I said before, first map will be Cargo. See how this one plays out between these two teams. I also want to do a quick shout out to Mr. Death, who has become 1 year older today, apparently. Happy birthday, man. Hopefully they're not working you too hard on your day of leisure. Get to just hang back, chill out, enjoy the day. Maybe sleep in, Mr. Death, sleep in, huh? That said, looks like we're gonna be jumping in here in just a second here. Round one about to begin. Smoke's already thrown from Cataclysm. Pretty interesting. Tried to get some lines on there. Coach Kodith picks up Parkham in the middle of the map. Hutcho also picks up Red X here on the western side. MTV Bro and Spider Monkey. Also, Crimson Cat are going to have to try and carry this for the rest of their team here. Stubbs in this back corner trying to catch maybe Spider Monkey out when he comes up. MT moving up through the middle here, just trying to maybe get a pick. Look through these little sneaky little spots where you can kind of look in between the angles. Stubbs down Spider Monkey, I believe, with a C4. Gets that confirm as well. VR Reapers down to just 2. It's going to be pretty tough for them to come back on this one against a full team in Cataclysm here. Crimson Cat attempting to move through the tunnel here, going prone, see what he can see, but caught out there as he was kind of looking at his gun. Maybe he was trying to reload it or something. Coach Kodith picks up MT, and the first round, a furious one, is over. That was a cool one. Very quick. Some early pickups from Cataclysm, able to get those early picks, giving them the numerical advantage, which gives them just so much more room to breathe as they're able to watch every single angle, and forces the offense and VR Reapers here to have to take those head-on trades instead of trying to get those side-on weak or strong angle attacks onto the defenders in order to minimize any chance for a trade. Tough one. Tough one for VR Reapers there, but that's kind of just the nature of this map. The combat is fast and furious. You see a lot of those early picks, a lot of quick deaths as both teams trying to just kind of take control of the middle. Marsoc trying to get in there without getting shot and get those angles, while the defenders attempting to stop them. And some of those lines especially are just so dangerous, like running through the middle here can be very difficult, as it is very exposed to a lot of different spots that defenders commonly take. And this is the kind of cracks I was talking about earlier, where you can just like look through here and get those really easy angles onto people, and it's much harder for them to see you as well as shoot you, as it's just so much smaller, you know? Let's jump into round 2 here. Looks like Stubbs going to be bringing his iconic shield here. See how he plays with that one. You can see here he's just sitting here getting some information. I mean, just seeing these people looking at him gives him so much information here. He's already knows where 3 of the enemy players are right now. Ricky Sticky 6 knowing that, able to push up on the flank here, able to pick up MT. He's going to be running into Crimson Cat, who just catches him, or just sees him moving across and knows that he's there. Ricky coming out for that, and it's a trade. Arkham picks up Heclac in the middle there, not opting to continue his push, which is probably for the best here. Coach coming in here, comes into contact with Not Red X, able to pick him up. At the same time, Hutcho picking up a player from the enemy team there. Stubbs, though, already on objective. Ricky in a supporting role. He is capping from behind that shield. Spider Monkey needs to get back to the objective, otherwise they're going to get capped on. Ricky picks up Spider Monkey, and Cataclysm takes round 2. I liked they had a pretty good defense there on VR Reapers. I think the only thing was too much focus on that shield. It's just kind of like this lodestone that really pulls you in, makes you want to just see if you can get that lucky shot on them. But really, it's just that's what he's going for. He's going for that information. He's hoping that you're going to peek him. He's hoping that you're going to, you know, fire off, hoping to get that easy shot onto his hand. But really, it's just not as easy as it looks. And I think having that information allowed Ricky to push up on the flank there, get those picks as they were distracted by the shield, and that's exactly what you're looking for when you are employing a shield player on your push. Pretty quick one here. I mean, that's cargo though. I mean, it's quick, it's dirty, it's often done in less than 2 minutes, or basically decided within 2 minutes. I think a lot of players do like that, but this should be a spicy round coming up as we have the new objective here. Really centralized there. It's basically almost in the middle. Smoke's already coming out from the defense, knowing that they're not going to be able to push up easily without getting seen by the offense here. Those pre-fire peak lanes are very, very powerful. Already a team kill right off the start. Looks like a loose trigger finger there. Hutcho getting into the yellow room safely. Stubbs getting inside one of those center buildings effectively, probably throwing some C4. I would not be surprised. We saw it last round. We should see it this round. But maybe not, because I don't see it. Is it on your chest? Nope. He does have a Molotov though. Looks like VR Reapers though opting to go for kind of a more sneaky strategy here. Spider Monkey, if he's not careful, will be caught out by Stubbs there. The confirm he will have to expose himself for that confirm there if he wants to get that. This is not Red X's game. He burns him to death. That is brutal. That's brutal, Stubbs. Oh, okay. My replays are not set up correctly. My bad. No replays today. No replays today, apparently. It was literally working before, but that's okay. That's okay. We don't need those replays. Anyway. Not Red X pushing up into the yellow room. Able to trade with Hutcho. That is very, very key. Is once they get into that yellow room, it's so hard to take it. You have to expose yourself as you run in there. You have to attack them. You don't know exactly where they are, but that's all for naught as Hutcho is picked up by Ricky. Parkham coming around the corner here, comes in hot and heavy, and he gets killed. In the meantime, Crimson does get a revive in this corner of the map here. They're both sitting in tunnel there. Coach able to pick him up, back up again though. And Crimson Cat is going to have to make some hard choices here. Is he going to continue pushing there, or is he going to push back? And I think that he's opting to go for another kind of flanking movement. Use all this time. He has 4 minutes left, guys. 4 minutes. This is an ample opportunity to just move around, try and get those picks, maybe get a confirm on the Stubbs. You want to use this full 4 minutes for them to your advantage. Hutcho, though, has a pretty good angle onto Crimson if he continues this movement here. Crimson does catch him out first, though. Very nice shot over there into the yellow room. Ricky, though, he's not going to be expecting him in the same exact room. Should be able to pick up Stubbs as well if he continues to talk, or if he talks, but he doesn't. Crimson just confirms the body, which is the correct thing to do here, allowing him to get yet another kill here. He's probably not sure about that C4, although you could infer that it was probably Stubbs. And with a little quick knife movement, you would be able to disable that. Said Ops to use his rifle. I don't think he quite got it, but that's okay. Nobody should be able to clack that one unless they traded the clacker there. That should be tough. He really needs to defuse this two-man defense. And it's going to be tough as he's having to deal with Coach Kodith if he continues moving, and Ricky in the yellow room there. Ricky is now exposed there, but neither player able to catch one another. C4 thrown right in front of Coach, or from Coach, right in front of Crimson. But Crimson, being so quiet, should be able to get around it without being seen there. Coach, though, able to get that pickup onto Crimson, giving Cataclysm 3rd point. Tough round for VR Reapers there. I think they did a great job pushing up. We saw a lot of that teamwork. We got that res going off in the tunnel, and then Crimson Cat able to move around, use the full time he had available to him to try and get as many picks as possible before fully engaging and committing to going for the objective, which is definitely the right thing to do. And you know, depending on the circumstances, he could have seen Coach first, got that pick, and it would have been down to the 1v1. So very good play from him. But that's just kind of the thing. When you're the last man up, you have to watch 360 degrees around yourself. You have to wonder about those flanks. You got to wonder about those players in those defensive positions. And for example, like Yellow Room, you're going to have to worry about getting shot from the flank while you're going in to clear that room, because you just, unless they really expose themselves in the doorway, you're not going to be able to clear it. That's just how the cookie crumbles there. So definitely gets harder and harder the less players that you have available to you. That's why it's key to trying to just get those picks early. And that way you have more wiggle room as you go into the objective. So what is everyone's thoughts on some kind of like map switches? So what I mean by that is, what if they switched this map, Cargo, for USS Quest? What would people think about that? Because I think that's one of the problems with the custom maps, is that we have a lot of maps that are very similar in play style, and if they replace, or if they just add them all to it, we'll have too many small maps, or we'll have too many medium maps, that kind of thing. Anyways, Crimson Cat there getting quite aggressive there, going in the center building there. He's got a big smoke in front of him, and once it clears out, he will be possibly exposed to Coach Kodith and Hecklack. Stubbs with a grenade on point on to park him, should be able to get that revive if he so desires. Smoke is thrown on objective, forcing Crimson Cat to stay near it, make sure nobody gets that. Revive comes out. Coach and Hecklack working together, picking up Crimson Cat there. Got a little bit aggressive there. Hutcho picking up not Reddit games. And the offense is on. Hecklack is getting very, very aggressive. MT punishes that movement, though. Coach gets a pick, though, in the center on Parkham. Now they're going to have to be really careful about the objective. Stubbs is getting really, really close. Spider Monkey spraying with his PKM, but Stubbs has the shield. He is on objective. He is capping it. Spider Monkey not able to stop him. Cataclysm finishes off Spider Monkey right before Stubbs can get that cap on. Doesn't really matter though. No MMR in this tournament. It's all about who can pick up the map win, or the map wins. And for this case, it will be Cataclysm. Good play from both sides there. Definitely quite tough to attack on this map. There's a lot of nuance to it, even though it doesn't look like it. It just looks like a mad dash to the center, but really you can see the practice these teams are putting into it and butting up their different strategies against one another. But we're going into map 2, which, as I explained earlier, will be Snow Peak. So let's grab that one on there. This one, for the newer players, used to be a map in 1.7. It was kind of one of the newer ones, kind of the baby to VRML, as it will. It is actually the last map that they ever added to VRML in 1.7. And I think it's a good one. I think it didn't get as much play as it deserved. There are some things about it, I think just kind of being large and small at the same time kind of threw some teams off there, and Also, really, the camos were very, very difficult for a lot of players to discern, as they were both quite similar, very white. Just a few minor nuances that really just took training your eyes and your brain to recognize those patterns. Volk or Marsoc was basically all white, a white kind of camo, and then Volk had very similar camo, but also a black vest on top. And really, the most discerning feature of all was their really, really fly sneakers. Basically, they could go play basketball in those bad boys. I don't know why they're out here shooting people. Like $200 shoes, man. But, you know, there was definitely some differences. The stark differences between all black, basically all black Volk and the standard maps, or basically black in the woodland maps, compared to Arctic, was definitely a shock. That is for sure. But should be good one way or another. Put it on there. There we go. Just waiting for the teams to be ready to jump in there and get shooting each other. Spoiler alert as well. This is a fun objective. I like this one. And interestingly, I just noticed, I'll show you guys once we get in there, but the minimap doesn't seem to correspond with the objective. It's really interesting. Yeah, I'll show you guys when we get in there. It's interesting. Interesting. So, what are y'all saying? Welcome everybody, by the way. I haven't had a chance to look at chat, but I see mixologists bring in that tier, what is that, tier 1 in there. What a lad. Miss playing with you, man. It's been a while. But no time for the mixy. We got the gameplay coming up. And it is the interior objective. If you look at the map right now, I mean, it doesn't correspond where the camera is. Like, I'm looking at it. It should be right in front of me on the map there. The thing should be right there, but it's not. But time for that, as the offense is coming in here. Stubbs coming in with his shield right on his back. Looks like we're going to be seeing a major push through the south tunnels here. MT should be the first one to see this push. Stubbs definitely hearing that movement coming from him right around the corner there. We'll be able to use that shield to peek him pretty safely there. Hutcho right on his back, ready to support him. Be his rifleman. Will you be my shield tide? MT should be able to see the shield right here. Stubbs continuing his advance, putting some shots there, getting some pressure on MT, opting to back up here. 3 players bearing down Ricky, just being rear security here, making sure nobody comes up from behind him, as there is that separate tunnel there. Crimson picks up Coach Kodith wow, he's getting really aggressive. He's actually on the outside there, picks up one of those flanking players on the outside. Stubbs continue pushing. MT pushing in, and I see a lot of the smoke play coming out of VR Reapers, using it on the defense to just kind of keep them in the keep them confused. But it's going to be tough to capitalize that when you have a shield player who will continue to be covered as he pushes up there. And we might just see them waiting, as well as they don't have to, they have plenty of time. Meanwhile, the only flanking player left for Marsoc will be Heclac here. He is in the tunnel opposite of objective, and you can see he's just carefully clearing, making sure there's nobody on the outside. He knows that a friendly did die recently. Stubbs is picked up there by MT. Hecklek now trying to put the aggression on, picks up one. Oh, but gets trades with MT there. Will wounded him, but not quite enough there. It was almost gonna be really bad for VR Reapers there, but that quick shooting on that confirm fire was very good. Flash goes out, shouldn't really be able to pick up anybody there, especially Hutcho behind that shield. Ooh, Ricky, nice shot onto MT there. Quick reaction there, using that shield for some cover, and he's not actually... Ooh, nice trade from Crimson Cat there, picking up Ricky and leaving it just down to the 1v1. Hutcho was just hiding behind the shield there, leaving it standing up, and now he's picked it up and used it. And we're going to see how much practice Hutcho has put in with the shield. Spider Monkey not looking in the right direction at this time. Hutcho talking, which allows Spider Monkey to definitely know where he is. Now he's watching his position. Fires on, gets that hand shot. Excellent shot from Spider Monkey. And they pick up their first point of this map. Interesting round there. We had a very strong push in the south. Pretty common there, but they didn't have the quick spawn, so they took a little bit of time to get there. That shield definitely very powerful in these long, narrow corridors, especially the side ones. But I didn't actually quite catch it, but you know, the shield getting caught out there kind of put a crimp in their plans. They used it effectively. The shield was just sitting there, and they used it for great cover and concealment. They definitely were fixated on that as it came around the corner, but good trades back and forth. Both teams hemorrhaging players as the round went on, bringing it down to the 1v1. Hutcho, unfortunately, I'm not even sure what he said, but he did say something alerting, I believe it was Crimson, to his position, allowing him to know that he was coming, know that he was possibly exposed as he checked all the way around this corner. And I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy because you're going to have to check over here. You're going to have to check across and hope that nobody's just running around. And then you're going to have to push to go this way or maybe come from a different direction. But really, that's just how it goes sometimes. And also, you know, those shields, you know, we all love to make fun of them, but at the same time, they're not easy to use. So definitely be aware of that when you do pick it up. Jump into round two, see if VR Reapers can continue this this trend here, getting that first point on the board. That momentum can really just continue adding up as that kind of liquid courage comes in. Hopefully it's not liquid, hopefully it's just real courage and, you know, nobody drinking like a certain team I know. Stubbs immediately picked up by not Red X Games there. Quick peek from him. Getting that quick spawn can be so brutal. And now he's just going to continue running along, creating a division there as he's able to come around the side and maybe get some flank on. But opts again to back up, get that confirmed there. Gives Spider Monkey a scare as he shoots red as he comes around the corner there. Looks like we got like almost like a stack going on here. All three players just looking and working off one another here. They do split up and cover all the angles, which is good. For the defense here, we got a majority in the center chamber here. One player looking back, one player looking on, and Coach Codith and Ricky. Hutcho on objective, making sure nobody's able to get that, and Hecklak and Hutcho both looking out, but nobody's watching the center really except for Ricky, able to pick him up, not before Coach gets picked up there. Now Ricky's probably going to have some survivor's guilt as he's picked up there. Pretty interesting though, totally abandoning the side tunnels to opt for a very strong center tunnel. Let them come to you kind of strategy. Meanwhile, VR Reapers here, you can see, has a good flank going on. They have 2 players on either side clearing all those tunnels before exposing or looking out. Now Ricky having to watch both sides, but being so dark is very tough for him to see. And Crimson, though, takes some time to see him, but once he does, gets that clean headshot right on top of him. Hacho, though, able to get that confirm there as he continues to move through the center tunnel there. Red X getting an idea of where the defenders are. Spider Monkey, though, is not quite ready for this. Able to pick him up, and Park getting that confirm. Heclac picking up Red X in the back tunnel here. Now Park and Heclac again down to a pivotal 1v1 here. See which person or which team can come ahead in this kind of 1v1 situation where anything can happen. Often with this kind of, you know, goes down, I believe Marsoc really usually gets the advantage here as they're able to just kind of sit back, wait for Volk to expose themselves, making sure nobody's in the blind spot capping. And you can see that here is Heclac is running around right through the center here, really exposing themselves all over the place because he has to make sure nobody sneaks up on the objective when he's not looking, and Park might be able to pick him up here, and he's got time. But not in time enough as Heclac able to look just through that down crack there, catch him as his back was turned, giving them another point, or giving them a point. And it was cool seeing you guys, seeing some of the older teams come back for some gameplay in the custom map tournament. Blaze, for example, is still, I think, playing in this one. Should be pretty interesting as well to see those old teams come back and throw their hat into the ring. And we saw that from Global Chem as well in the custom map tournament, although I don't think they're doing this one. But, you know, that is how it is, and hopefully we will see some of you guys back. Thunderpilot recently left. His real life, I think, was really busy. It was really cool to see him help out on them, or be part of the mod team and help bring this league to where it is today. Definitely not an easy job, as I think we all know, and we all contribute to making it a little bit more difficult than it has to be. But a lot of times it's all in good fun. Love those guys. Love the modding team, the rest of the casting team. Good guys in all of those. Don't know if you guys caught that, but I heard an early shot from Marsoc. If they were keeping their ears open, they should possibly know where their spawn was, although it was quite a far spawn. We are now going to the kind of supply room objective. I don't really know what the callouts are on this one. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while, okay? But this one's a pretty tight one, and even if you know what their spawns are, it usually doesn't actually mean anything, as Volk often does a really tight defense, but really kind of actually quite spread out in VR Reaper's defense here. We got Crimson really exposing themselves to this outside here, trying to catch these players before they really expect him. Stubbs right behind him there, though, now firing his pistol at him, not able to deal with both the shield and Hacho in support there. Able to get that quick pickup, which could be key, as trying to defend this as you start to lose players can be very difficult. MT picked up by Coach Kodith, Spider Monkey by Hacho. This two-man team working very, very well together. They do need to confirm their kill, and there we go. The confirm comes out. MT as well. Looks like he really decided to get really aggressive there, maybe try to support Crimson. But now it's just up to Red X and Parkham, as this revive, it would be a miracle if it came out. But at least they should be able to get some quick information here. Parkham ready to just kind of maybe get some picks here. And here we go. The combat comes down. Heclac able to get that that first pick. Cataclysm picks up the map win, or sorry, the round win there. A lot of very aggressive defensive play from VR Reapers there. I have noticed it has worked for them in the past, in some of these past rounds here, but in this one, it just really didn't, as they were really able to kind of anticipate that and work together to stop that kind of push. But honestly, it's that kind of unorthodox strategies that you see that can really throw people off, and what they don't expect, and a flank that you know, doesn't work one time could work spectacularly in the next one. So you never know. You have to be ready for any style of play when you're playing in these league matches, and we saw that here. And some good rounds here and there between these two teams. Should be interesting to see how the rest plays out. And another thing too to keep in mind is these might not be maps that any particular team likes to play on. A lot of teams have particular strengths on certain maps, certain styles of maps, whatever. And it's, I mean, especially like Snow Peak, this isn't a map that a lot of people have played extensively. So a lot of teams are going to have to kind of improvise on the fly or come up with new strategies when they not necessarily played it a lot, especially the newer teams that joined after 1.8. But here we go, round 4 coming right at you. Looks like we got a tight defense from Cataclysm. Nobody going outside. Everyone's sticking inside the supply building here, which will allow VR Reapers to get a nice surround on the objective if they so desire. Able to come in from all sides. We got an entrance on the north here. We got an entrance on the west here. And then we got a couple entrances from the cave system inside here, allowing them to come on different flanks onto the objective all at the same time here. So several entrances that these teams are going to have to defend. Some little sneaky spots here. Look at that. He's just looking through the crate here, able to maybe catch people's legs as they come around the corner. But we'll see how they opt to attack this one. We got a team on the west and a kind of a south team. See what happens from this offense. They definitely look like they're ready for a flank. I think that's kind of the play that they're expecting. It's the kind of play that they definitely like to do themselves. But at the same time, by going low and slow, they will be quiet, allowing them to maybe catch Cataclysm off guard here. And you can see Crimson, ooh, my bad. You can see Crimson here slowly moving up here. He's got a drum and a silencer. He's ready for anybody to hopefully just peek through the door there, not expecting him to come out. Red coming up into position in the other tunnel as well. MT and Park on the outside here. Everybody is just puckering up. Stubbs, though, gets the first kill there, getting that down on a Crimson with a C4, able to pick him up and bring themselves to a 4v5, but too soon, as Ricky able to pick up Red X again with a C4 at the same time. These C4s working dividends for Cataclysm. 2 points for a kill is definitely something, or at least knowing where they are is definitely a good bargain there. And this kind of tunnel push is mostly destroyed, except for Spider Monkey. Parkham, though, might be able to catch Hecklack here, and he does. Good shot from him, bringing them back to a 4v3. And they're definitely not out of this yet. They can just continue circling around the outside of these buildings, maybe try to get a pick. Coach Kodith, for example, is pretty exposed here. If Parkham comes around the corner and Ricky doesn't catch him, MT throwing a flash in the doorway, picked up Ricky Sticky with that one. Should be allowed him to come around this corner and get the kill there, and he does. Coach Kodith now is going to have to do double duty. Watch his back, watch the forward. Smoke comes out, or a flash comes out from Parkham here. A lot of flashes going out. Don't think it caught anybody there. Both Coach and Hutcho watching for this push. MT narrowly surviving. He doesn't even know that it was about to be so bad for him. Parkham picking up Coach Kodith, coming on the flank. They're doing the exact right thing here. They just continue rotating in and around. Stubbs able to pick up Parkham, get those picks, keep them guessing. He's only down, though. He's giving information exactly where the defenders are to his team. MT should be able to use it to his advantage, and Spider Monkey in this pivotal back position could possibly get a really, really good pickup onto Stubbs. Smoke or flash comes out, alerting Stubbs to Spider Monkey's push here. Spider not quite able to commit there. MT coming around the corner here though. Stubbs picking up Spider Monkey as he comes out, and Hutcho shooting through this small crack there, able to pick up MT, giving Cataclysm that window. That wasn't it wasn't a clear-cut one though. That was definitely really back and forth there, and it was so close. VR Reaper's push was so close to collapsing Cataclysm's defense, but Cataclysm barely able to hold it there. Everyone having to watch like two different doorways, but good play from both teams there. This objective is, honestly, when you look at it, I think it looks Volk heavy, but at the same time, Marsag tends to be able to really do a good number onto Volk whenever this gets played, and so I think it's actually a really interesting objective, especially to watch and see how it you know, plays out. Hope everyone's doing really well today. Having a chill Friday night here. Everyone getting done with work, get that nice weekend gameplay going. Definitely a lot of matches coming up this weekend, especially Saturday. There's like 5 or something. Had my ear to the floor too, and I've heard some rumblings of another cast happening tomorrow. Your very own Nightfire is picking up a match, not exactly sure which, but should be good one way or another. Maybe a few more coming in the weekend. Just really depends on what happens. Maybe get some trip action too. But look at this map. It's just they did a really good job. This is a map where it looked good in 1.7, but they made it actually look better in 1.8. So definitely good work from our boys at DPI. Really cool effects, really cool colors and particles. But here we go anyway. We now got the Triangle of Death objective, as I've heard it called, and I would agree. I hate this objective. I mean, this objective is really cool. There's different flanks on all sides. You definitely have to worry about all these different flanks, and you know, when somebody gets on the south, for example, they're able to just pick and choose where they engage. They can pop back, get into behind the hills, and just continue harrying the defenders as they're really stuck and exposed in all angles. So this one's, I think, definitely one that can go wrong very, very quickly for the defenders here. And they can't lose this one. If they lose this one, they will. Map will be over. Cataclysm will get their 4th point. Once you get 4 points, you do win the match. Anything over 4, because you can get 5 if you do get a cap. When you get a cap, you get 2 extra points, putting the defense on, or the other team on the back foot. So that's something. That's why you see players hiding around the objective. They're so focused on the objective, and they're willing to die, give the enemy team 1 point in order to make sure they don't lose 2 points. Once they, you know, the situation is lost, they're down to like a 1v4 or something like that. It's very, very pivotal, and I think that's what really sets Onward apart. You know, you got a lot of different VR shooters, very kind of similar in, you know, little ways here and there, but the objective gameplay that you see in Onward is very, very unique. And I mean, like right here, you can see Parkham, he's prone in real life too. He's sitting there, he has his arms on the floor, and can you imagine just kind of being prone like this? It's really hard to react to things, but at the same time, you're lower to the floor, you're a lot harder to see, and you can see he has a really, really good position here. If anybody comes through this doorway, he should be able to take them out right away. But at the cost of not being able to respond quickly. He can't just press a button and get up and run away, just like if you were playing you know, a pancake shooter. He's gonna have to get up off the floor, so there's some physical dexterity in there. Parkham able to catch one of the players, give some call outs there. They do know that they are coming from the tunnel there. Very kind of slow push from Cataclysm to running down the center here. It should take them a little bit before they get into the action. MT with the RPG, ready to maybe get a pickup onto Cataclysm here, hoping maybe they have a nice group to play from the shield there. But Stubbs actually on his own on this one, which is pretty interesting to me, considering that this is more of a long range kind of engagement where he would like to have a rifleman on hand. Red X Parkham in position to repel this push. Parkham shooting from his high position there. Ricky and Stubbs should definitely be aware of where he is. Like, grenade comes out, but just a tad too high. That is definitely a hard grenade throw, but good attempt anyway. Red X picking up Hutcho though. Now it's just up to Ricky and Stubbs. Another grenade comes out from Stubbs, this time a little bit too short. Ricky picking up Parkham up in the tower there. It is pretty much entirely penetrable, at least that top part, so it can be dangerous once they definitely know where you are. Red X is going to have to try and defend here. Spider Monkey coming into support here. Smoke coming from Heclac though, throwing smoke onto Crimson's position. Should be tough for them to defend all these sides at once. Able to get that quick pickup from them. And we'll see how that plays out here as Red is just torn between which position he wants to go. Spider Monkey, meanwhile, able to get that shot on the side there. Good move from him. And Red X game getting very, very aggressive, coming around, able to pick up Heclac, and now we'll be able to get that revive onto Crimson Cat as well. VR Reapers looking like they are going to be an ascendant on this one. Stubbs and Ricky, though, attempting to work together here. Ricky able to use those callouts that Stubbs gives in order to get that quick fire on target, picking up one, and now he's just going to continue moving across, using the volume of fire to get across into cover. But if he doesn't look to his side, Spider will be able to pick him up here. He catches it, he sees him, the engagement is about to happen, and he picks up Spider Monkey there as he comes around the corner there. Let's see how the defenders choose to defend this one. Stubbs, though, coming around the corner. Crimson just peeking around and going across these different little hills here, trying to get that shot on the shield. Stubbs, though, trying to be very, very careful to not expose themselves too much. Red X staying inside the building, also completely penetrable. Red X completely obliterates Ricky with his RPG. He is dead and out for the count. Now it's just up to the shield, and we're gonna have to see how long shot from Stubbs on that G17 picking up Crimson. Now it's just down to yet another 1v1. This time though, he's shooting him in the back though with his shield down ready. But Red X opting to just push away, just wait him out. He has 25 seconds, force him to get aggressive and move on the objective here. And if he doesn't continue moving quickly, he's going to run out of time. Coming around with his pistol up, his shield's on his back. He doesn't have time for that. There are 4 seconds. Red X coming around the corner, though, exposing himself, pulls his shield out, but he just waits him out. And VR Reapers takes up this point. And that right there, that was the correct play. He could have tried to engage that shield back in the past. He could have tried to engage that shield as he ran towards objective, but he could just wait on the time. It is up to Marsoc to set the tempo of the match. And if they're not able to continue pushing and take that objective or you know, risk the objective, Volk is just going to wait you out. And that's what he did. So really good play from VR Reapers there in Red X games. That is exactly what you want to see in beautiful play and all. But that said, man, those are some nice pistol shots. That long-range pistol flick really puts the fear of shields in your mind once that happens to you. You think you're safe, they're far away, and they nail you. But looking at the map here, this also good spread from Cataclysm on that attack we had. They were all around the objective. We saw some really good shots from Ricky. That was definitely an interesting one, and that's kind of what happens on this objective. It's just so open that you're gonna see Marsoc continue bouncing around the objective, getting those shots on target, and there's not really very many spots for the defense where they can feel safe without someone watching their back. And that's kind of just a testament to how well your team can form a strategy, how well your team can work together, you know, and trust one another, and also your ability to kind of close the wagons, if you will, once players start dying, so you can cover more angles and support the rest of your friendlies. But we actually saw a different style of defensive strategy from VR Reapers, again getting really aggressive on that defense, but here it really worked out. You saw where it didn't work out, and you saw where it did. You know, Cataclysm wasn't ready for that kind of peaky play where they went in and around and they were really bouncing around and kept them on their toes. And you know, when you make Marsoc pause and have to wait a lot, it keeps adding up, and then Marsoc will, you know, run out of time or have to do really risky movements in order to, you know, get to objective, as they've been really, you know, held back. Anyways, Stubbs putting some C4 in the tunnel here. Looks like he will get maybe some purchase with that C4 in a bit, as two are coming down the tunnel there. The rest of Marsoc, though, kind of just pushing down from the north here. Already some shots from MT and Ricky, as they both have eyes on one another here. Shots ring out. This is a long shot to be taking, and Ricky just pulling behind cover there, forcing MT to continue pushing up and possibly exposing himself once he continues running over those hills, instead of opting to go around, get some cover on his approach, and keep them guessing, which is a good move from him. Let's see. Looks like we got two players going down the lake here. Should be interesting once they get across here. I don't think that any of the defenders will be able to catch them out. Maybe Coach Codeth here, very, very far off objective, and actually is in a great angle to catch them, the movement in the lake. No purchase on his first shots there. Spider Monkey moving across, returning fire. MT coming up though for that forward flank there. Coach barely able to survive, having to use some syringe action on himself there. Let's see. He's got a scope too in order to try and pick those players as they move across. Coach, though, opting to pull back. And this is also an interesting strategy. This is what a defensive flank can be very effective, as they create conflict far away from objective, and then they push back into a secondary position. And Marsoc is going to have to clear their old position and anywhere near it, and then have to deal with them again in another ambush situation. It's kind of like a guerrilla strategy, and it's the right move here. You can see, imagine if he stayed in the same position, continuing to gauge MT, Parkin would be able to come around the side and pick him up. Stubbs, though, able to pick up Red X. Oh, Crimson gets that revive, though, as Stubbs not able to... I'm sorry. Stubbs unfortunately gets himself with his own Molotov. That's the danger of playing with fire, folks. It can be very, very detrimental to your health as you burn to a crisp. Hutcho, though, coming to pick up the slack, though, gets a shot onto Crimson. Gonna keep Red X from just continue pushing here, as he now has to worry about these defenders here. Hutcho picks up Red X as well. Really good pickup from him, getting those two and completely defeating this flank, although they're still going to have to worry, as they don't know where these attackers are really coming from like we do with this overhead view. Some shots from Spider Monkey here. Ooh, nice pickup from Hutcho, though. He's on a roll. Coach Codeth coming around to try and get that confirm. If he continues forward, Spider Monkey should be able to pick him up. You can see here Spider Monkey slowly edging forward, opting to continue down this line, maybe catch Hutcho or Coach Codeth when they don't expect him to continue this push. And oh, Hutcho, though, on that quick rotation around, able to get that snap fire, picking up another point, giving them the map win. Some good play on both sides, some really interesting rounds. I think this map was definitely a more interesting one, as both teams had a little bit more room to maneuver, and I think that's where VR Reapers definitely shines. They definitely like that space to move around, catch their opposition off guard, and we saw a lot of that, and it was really cool to see. we'll be moving over to Panda Towers. Definitely a much more closed-in map, kind of a hybrid of several maps, really. I mean, you got like the kind of long corridor and tanker, and having kind of like that choke point style gameplay where both teams will have to send somebody or do something about the sky bridge, as well as the rooftops where the players have to move across and then get into the opposite building where the objective tends to be. Let's throw that one on there. This is a custom map by myself. I made this one. It is a crossplay custom map. It's pretty, I think it's pretty cool. I'll continue talking about it in a bit though. I'm going to jump to a quick intermission and I'll be right back with you guys. We're back. We are now on Panda Towers. We'll see how these teams choose to attack and defend this objective. This is the outside objective, pretty much the most difficult one for everyone involved, I think. Marsoc basically has free reign of getting the sky bridge first if they so desire, and defense has to quickly scramble into position here. Red X would have been able to see Hecklick there, but neither player was looking across there. Looks like VR Reapers just kind of getting position across on this building here, trying to get a shot on anybody exposed in the open. They got a shield as well. Looks like they not quite sure how they want to attack this one. Parkham coming around through this crack in the wall, able to maybe catch anybody in the side as well. But pretty interesting defense. Everybody's just kind of sitting in the back on this south side instead of putting anyone on the other side except for Heclac, just looking through this back room here. Parkham will be able to continue his push. Hutcho and Parkham should be in a conflict anytime now though, and Hutcho does get that pick. the rest of the push. A very strong 4-man push coming through the south construction building here. MT picked up by Coach Kodith. Hiding, hiding as much as he can behind these boxes here. Shield in position. Looks like we got a frag coming out. Oh, and picks up Spider Monkey. Definitely not his intended target, but nonetheless was very effective here. Ooh, MT nearly exposing himself to a shot from Coach, but able to pull that shield on the target, able to get that revive, bring them back up to a 3v5 here. Red X, though, getting control of the sky bridge here, having to contend with Heclac, though, who is also upstairs here, ready to engage him if he continues his push. Coach picking up MT and Stubbs as well around the corner here, ready to support if they do come through, and it's going to be tough. Flash comes out and won't really pick up anybody. Spider just narrowly avoids getting shot from Coach, who I think ran out of ammo. Yep, he's pulled out his Makarov. Fired a little bit too many bullets there on that shield, and can you do it? Oh, that's a fake shield. That's pretty funny. All right, let's see what's going on here. Anybody home? Looks like we got a lot of flanks coming around here. Red X, though, catching Coach Kodith out. Hutcho able to get that refrag. And Heclac picking up Spider Monkey inside the office building, getting Cataclysm the first point of map 3. Gonna be a tough one, either side. Once the defense really buttons up or goes aggressive, honestly. I have seen some aggressive defenses really work for this objective, where they opt to go through the buildings, one of the buildings here, and go up to the sky bridge and catch anybody up there unawares. But VR Reapers opting to not use the sky bridge almost at all there. They're just trying to push through those buildings, and that defense, that kind of Alamo situation we had from Coach was very, very powerful for them. He was able to hold them back and stop that aggression, stop them from getting position in the building there and kind of getting in and amongst the defense. So good work from him there. See how VR Reapers opts to defend this objective, and how Cataclysm are going to attack it. Gonna slowly walk through here. Got some very square snow. Supposed to be like some skyrise kind of buildings, big office buildings and stuff. Let's see, come around this really interesting back that everyone's loving to see. This is one of the changes made to make it say they didn't have as good of a position. They have to expose themselves a lot more in order to see down there into the building crack. But let's see how they opt to do it. They can spawn north or south for this one. There's always 2 spawns for either or any objective there. Looks like they're gonna go pretty hard on this back flank here. Should it come into contact at any point with Red X and MT Bruv, the shield will be very effective to give them information on the side flank. MT, though, going for kind of an aggressive push here. Maybe catch out. Let's see, where are you? Maybe be able to catch out. Got a flashlight, interesting. Be able to catch out Heclac and Coach Kodith as they move across this eastern building, trying to get into the office building. Crimson, though, in a great position to catch out these players on the roof. Oh, but he doesn't opt to continue looking. He just misses them. Hutcho picking up Red X games. Nope. Okay, let's see. There we go. Crimson from the skybridge. The defense has control of the skybridge, but not for long as Ricky comes around, cleaning them up, getting those 2 kills there. Just a second too late to save his friend, though. Stubbs. I don't even know what to to say about this. I guess he's completely covered on his push there, and by being prone, they shouldn't know he's coming around this corner until possibly it's too late, and he's in a position they're not aware of. Ricky from the roof trying to engage Parkham, who is going to have to defend this objective really very well, as MT is very far from objective here. Giving those callouts out, giving MT the information he needs to get an effective flank. Let's see how he opts to support his teammate here. He doesn't have very much time before the offense really gets into position. Looks like he's going to go upstairs here and try and get control of the sky bridge. Hutcho, though, picks up Parkham, and now the objective is completely open, and MT is going to have to move fast if he's going to try and stop this objective. Coach almost gets that team kill on the Stubbs. Can be hard behind that shield to know who is who's behind it. Stubbs, though, continuing to push up, though, gives up on the slow approach, pulls out his tablet, and I think he should be able to pull this as he is completely around cover. MT will not be able to pick him up. It's all up to if he can get taken out first, but Cataclysm gets the cap. First cap of the day. Definitely not from lack of trying, as we saw Stubbs try, and I think 2 other separate occasions to get that cap, but here we go. He finally got it. He got the cap on the outside objective. Panda Towers. Good move from him there. Once you lose control of the objective, it's really tough to hold it just from the sky bridge, because if they can get around and behind that, you're unless you have some indirect fire like some grenades or something, you're not going to be able to stop them. But that's how it goes sometimes. Good moves from them, or from Cataclysm on that attack. Yes. Let's see. And not been a lot of Skybridge play, which is pretty interesting. It's usually a focal point when this map gets played, but not a lot of movement there, honestly. Should see some more on this one. This is definitely an objective where the Skybridge is definitely key. It's one of the main ways into the objective, the only level ground approach for Martok when they're trying to attack this upper objective. So we should see some good battles here. I sure hope so.
It's just right from up here.
Got a couple players pushing up through the looks like they're going to assault the Skybridge here. Kodith in the prone position there, right under the door, trying to take them out before they can. Shield coming up. Should be able to get them some ground on this defense here.
Crouch a little more. Crouch a little more.
See, as they slowly approach here. MT just being the vanguard on their approach, forcing Coach to try and get out from his little prone position, as if he stayed there, he would be in danger from the shields. Flash comes out. Red X going on the aggression here. Hecklek able to pick him out, though, and Coach getting that confirm.
Need more people on Skybridge. Shield and one other.
Good communication coming from MT and his support in Parkham, able to use that teamwork in order to put some a little bit more accurate fire and get that suppression going. Meanwhile, Crimson Cat has made it across as Martok controls the Skybridge, able to get in and below them in order to apply some pressure on their rear.
Go a different way. I'm going to stay here and draw the attention.
Opting to go for a little bit of distraction, giving Spider Monkey and Crimson Cat that room to maneuver and push up from the stairs and hopefully catch them while they're all worried about the sky bridge here. Coach, though, opting to go kind of a back defensive position where he can try and catch them off guard as they come around the corner here. But looks like they are aware of this attempt. Let's see. Just calm before the storm. A little bit of banter coming out from these teams as they're kind of have this standoff. Neither player willing to really expose themselves here. MT just waiting for somebody to come around this corner here. Ricky picking up Crimson Cat, getting that confirm off as well. That C4 going to be brutal on those stairways. Again, Stubbs picking up MT with the C4. Again, the C4 has been so powerful for Cataclysm. Definitely a key part of their strategy as they tend to take 2 on every objective, at least in all the kind of closed objectives, and for good reason. C4 is very, very powerful.
One on A stairs, one A stairs.
Hacho calling out the push but Parkham and Spider Monkey. It's going to be tough for VR Reapers to really push this as they are the last ones up against 5 players, and they're going to have to attack up these stairs. But they will take the second landing, or the first landing or whatever you want to call it, which will give them a good base to get this attack, as now they're not coming around the corner and also trying to acquire targets. Stubbs looks like he's trying something. Oh, Molotov comes out, gets taken out, but gets confirmed at the same time there. See what he chooses to do there. Molotov definitely a good choice for this one. Ooh, able to pick up Hutcho, but the trade comes out. Parkham and Hutcho taking one another, and Cataclysm comes out ahead on this one. 4-0 on this one. Good play from both teams there. Cataclysm will take this series 3-0. Definitely really close on the second map especially. I think that was the most interesting gameplay we saw today, is we saw their 2 different ideologies and the way they attacked and the way they defend come up against each other, and you can see that they were definitely put Cataclysm on the back foot with those defensive flanks and very, very squarely aggression, and by doing that I especially was just really enamored by that defense where Red X was able to time out Cataclysm, forcing them to move so cautiously, so slowly, that they ran out of time just because they did such a good job of doing that kind of skirmish gameplay, the guerrilla warfare, to keep Marsoc on their toes. So really good play from both teams. Cataclysm able to take this one. It was really fun to watch, all in all. And hopefully we do see we will see some more customs coming up here. I believe it's like 1 custom a week or something, which is really cool to see. I'm really glad that we're able to do that. I am a little biased as a custom map maker, but I mean, having that variety is just so great, and by doing these kind of best of 3, everyone doing the same map style format, we're really going to be able to put these maps through their paces and really discover which ones are league viable and which are not, as teams will put a little bit more practice going into their matches when they know what the map pool is going to be, and there's not like 15 different customs that they have to worry about. Anyways, this has been Cataclysm versus VR Reapers, brought to you by Monorchid. We'd like to thank the VR Master League for providing this format for the teams, the moderators, and our sponsors for supporting this league. And to you guys, the viewers, sticking along and watching these teams duke it out. Always super fun, and I love seeing you guys engaging in chat and all that. So thanks for coming by. Anyways, tune in tomorrow. I think there'll be at least one cast. You never know when there might be more. But it should be good. Have a good one, guys.